Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I am sharing with you my project for Scrapbooking and Craft. I'm the Arty Crafty Alchemist. Let's get started. Melinda sent us these window frames and I have primed one with some primer from Aldi. Wish I'd get them again. As far as I'm aware, they only had the primer once, and there is a paint extender that works really well to thin out really old paints that need some thinning that I'd love to get more of, but they haven't had that again either. I have the Craft floral wallpaper stamp. I have this set from Stampendous, but I am not sure what it's called. I bought it new without packaging. I have this stamp here in the Madame Boutique set that I'd pulled out, so if you didn't want to use full background and wanted to do stripes of pattern, you could do that. This is what we are making. Have a pre-coloured puppy go on the chair. I'm not happy with how that one turned out, so I think I'm going to stamp this one in black, and I'm also going to make a blue card this time. I have pre-cut some watercolour cardstock. The last one was not on watercolour cardstock, it was just on regular cardstock. This one is for the window. I have made sure there's a border around so that I can choose where I want my window to go. Also, I can use some leftover bits to cut for flowers. This time I'm going to use tumbled glass. I'm just going to use the oxide and put a fair bit down for the first sheet, and then I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water and run my sheet through it. I'll just set that aside to dry for a minute, and then I'm going to spritz this. I probably should have added just a little bit more for a lighter one. That's really pale. Just trying to get all the spots that I've missed. And then I'm going to dry that and probably do it again. I'm going to put a small amount more out. Do another layer over the top. So now I have a light and a dark piece. Next, I'm just working out where I want my window to be. And I'm going to grab the stamp. I'm going to move that to the edge of the platform. So I'm going to pick up the stamp, and then I'm going to use the tumbled glass oxide again. I kind of swirled it on, cleaning my stamp in between, just because I need to work out where I'm going to lay it back down again. And then I'm going to move that over and just going to pick the stamp up and grab a tiny bit of ink and fill in any gaps. Next, I'm going to grab the dark piece and the chair. Now for this one, I used the same colour. I used worn lipstick for the background and the layers and the chair. And I threw on some embossing powder. Of course, it's Ranger and I can't think of it off the top of my head, and I don't know where I put it. It is, oh, here it is right in front of my face. It is Frosted Crystal, but it kind of didn't work the way I wanted. I probably would have been better using a regular embossing powder, just a clear. But this time I am going to stamp in black, but I think I don't want it to be super bold black, so I'm going to go with the Nuvo Shadow Black, which I wish they'd bring a re-inker out for. I don't want to have to buy a new pad when it runs out, but we'll see. There is quite a bit of texture on the watercolour paper, so I'm just going to press it down firmly. Going to have to go again, but also I have an issue with one of my magnets being too tall, so they are not the magnets that came with this. I need to get some new magnets because I've lost one. I'd actually give it a go with archival. I think that's as good as it's going to get, so it'll do. Doggy's going to go on there. Just going to give this a quick dry. Now I'm going to take my window and a pencil And I'm going to cut these pieces out. And I'm going to fussy cut the chair. I have my chair cut out and my window cut out. Left the legs on for now, though I'll probably cut them off at some point. Next, I need to cut out these two pieces. I'll just grab this grungy old mat. I need to try and clean it at some point. And I have the Tim Holtz retractable knife. The next thing I'm going to do is cut some flowers. I forgot to not go all the way to the end of this piece, so I'm going to try and fit as many flowers in the non-pattern bit as I can. You can do it in the pattern bit if you want. I just don't want to do that. I recently got this sidekick. It's an older one off a buy and sell site. It's second hand, so that I could have a smaller die cutting machine on my table. I used to have a different one and it used folders, and the folders are hard to get and I didn't like that system, but somebody was selling this pretty cheap on one of the buy and sell sites, so I grabbed it. It was a learning curve to get used to because it actually winds in the opposite direction, so when I switch back to my Cuttlebug I'm quite often very confused. These dies are from MFT, they're sentiment banners. I have a bunch of these leaves, some that I have made and some that Miss Assistant has made. My daughter's baby shower, I made her a castle from the Dreaming Tree, and we used a lot of these to decorate it with, and so I am going to use some of these leftover ones. First of all, I'm going to see where everything needs to go. I have a feeling I need to put the chair further over this way this time. Down lower because we want the puppy in the bottom window. I might stick the puppy on. I am going to hold these two pieces together and then I'm going to start adding glue behind the chair so it stays in the right spot. Cut off the extra bits. Next I'll add glue to my window. If you wanted to, you could go over this with white acrylic, but it is probably close to 4 o'clock in the morning here, and I don't want to. Just going to give that a minute. Have a little scrap of foam. I'm going to stick all the pieces here upside down. Next I'm grabbing this super old Fiskars ball stylus and just running it around all the petals to curve them up, turn them into cups, and then I'm just going to flip them all over and press down in the middle. Next up, I've got a bunch of different brands of paper. Most are Kaisercraft. This is Scrap Studio. I'm looking to see what it looks good on. Bricks from this one are what I used on this card, I think. I've decided to go with this one. It is from Prima Fairy Rhymes. One thing I've noticed is that they seem to be not straight, so I am going to use that as my straight edge. I made it too short, so I'm just going to shorten this to match it up because I'm a clever clogs and cut it too short. Getting fancy today. Today I have some espresso tape. It's rather expensive here, especially in Spotlight. I'm going to add glue to the back of this. Give that a minute to dry and adhere down. Stick a little bit of glue behind my chair arm. It's sticking up. I have these Hero Arts Operation Right Home. And I'm going to go with the Thinking of You. I have a scrap of cardstock. I'm just going to make sure it stamps okay. I've stamped both of those, and while I'm at it, I'll stamp this one. Next, I'm going to grab all the vines. I'm going to start by adhering the longer ones of these on. Once everything is glued on, I'm just going to trim off all the extra. And then I'm going to start placing flowers on. Now I'm happy with placement. I'm going to glue all of these down. This scrap of cardstock, I'm just going to cut some strips and add them to the back of this. And I'm going to add that on. I'm going to go and find some bling for all of my flowers and I will come back. These are all done now. This is the tumbled glass. This is the worn lipstick. I have added a bunch of itty bitty bling on. It is just some junk shop special, dollar store, not really a dollar store in Australia, but you get my drift. But I also wanted to show you another way to do this that wouldn't be quite as involved. You could take some paper pads and just cut around and use that for wallpaper. And then you could choose a solid colour for your furniture. It doesn't have to be a chair. I just had that stamp set forever and decided that I finally wanted to use it. So I used the chair and added on cat and a dog. I also wanted to get another project done, but daughter's about to have a baby and things have gone all pear-shaped, so I will have to maybe revisit that in the future. In the meantime, I wanted to get this filmed and ready to go so that I could edit this at my daughter's and have it go out on time. I think I prefer the black. It makes it stand out a bit more. I probably should have chosen a different colour than tumbled glass, a darker colour, maybe broken china, something like that, just so that I could have a very pale and then the chair could be a bit darker, but the black definitely makes it stand out more. I hope you enjoyed my project this month for Scrapbooking&Craft. Melinda ships worldwide. Her Australian postage is a flat $8. It will cost more to post overseas, but you can email Melinda and let her know how much you want to buy and she can work out postage for you. I have a discount code this month. I will link it below. I'm not sure if it is the same as last month. Last month it was tab 15. If it's the same, all good. If not, I will leave it in the comments down below and hopefully also add it to the video so you can grab a discount. Melinda makes lots of different chipboard. I have tons and tons and tons of it. Start using it up. I just bought some more. Some of it is for a project for my daughter. She would like me to make a canvas for her baby's room. So there was a couple of things I saw on the website that I thought would be perfect for that, so I grabbed them. So I am waiting for next order from Melinda. I can't help myself. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to see more content like this, and hit the bell notification to know when new videos come out. Hopefully I'll be able to link the other people who are doing projects for Melinda this month down below. Please check them out. Very talented ladies. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.